Hi guys, this is Patricia, Yarny Cat Crochet. You're not hallucinating. I am in the same clothes I had on in the last video. Um, it's my Fueled by Jesus and Coffee t-shirt, and it's Snoopy, and he's got his little mug, and he's got his cross, and he's got Woodstock. Um, oh, sorry. Today's my mom's birthday, and she got me this shirt a while back ago, and I wore it because it has Snoopy on it in honor of her birthday. And if you want to, you can say happy birthday to her in the comments. Her name's Deborah Sue, and she's a wonderful mom. So happy birthday, Mom! Woo! So this is a little crochet and chat. I decided to go ahead and just record it after the previous video, so if you watch that, then you'll understand what I was talking about. But so I'm doing a shawl, a pattern that it's my pattern. Well, really, I learned the stitches from watching a crochet tutorial that Becca from Merry Maker is doing. So I learned a couple things from doing that shawl, and I incorporated it into making this shawl. So it's my own pattern, but stitches that I've learned other places, because we learn our stitches from everywhere. Stitches aren't copyrighted, as far as I know. Patterns are. So you cannot copy somebody's pattern and do a tutorial or something. You can make anybody's pattern and you can sell them. Some people have a requirement of you mentioning them if you sell them. Some people don't. They just don't want you doing tutorials or stuff. Or if you do a video like this, you say, I made this shawl, I learned it from this person's channel, But anyway, so I'm using a Red Heart Super Saver, and it's in the colorway Reef. And I think it is beautiful. It is so beautiful. It's got some aquas and, different colors. Then it has some browns, which I love, like mocha colors. But to me, it looks like a mixture. And I'm having everybody name it. Let's see what we are at on the percentage of the... I did a little quiz on my community tab to name this shawl. And let's see where we're at. So hit me and hit community. Okay, so we've got 58% voting for Fairy Forest Shawl, which I think is a good name. And we have 42%. We're gaining on the Avatar shawl. And the reason why I say Avatar, if you've watched the new Avatar movie, no spoilers in this, except for there might be a tiny bit of a spoiler. So if you haven't watched it yet, do not blame me. I'm warning you now. So in the movie, the avatars, I don't know what they're called. I mean, I could if I stop and think about it, but just the characters in Avatar that are from the forest, I think is represented in the forest colors. These colors. And then my son could tell you the name of the people. The ones that live in the water, are represented by the aqua colors. And I was kind of hoping that one would win. But it looks like so far the Fairy Forest, which is still good, is winning. It's going to be the name. Whenever I close the questionnaire thing on my community tab, whatever is winning at the time will be the name. I guess, you know what? I'll check it when I'm done with the shawl. And whoever's winning at that point, that's what it'll be named. I hope it's Avatar, but right now it looks like it's going to be Fairy Forest. But either way, I feel like it's an apt description. I want to get it to where you can see the colors. It's really not with that light in the background. Here, I'm going to do it this way. You can see it better that way. The colors, well, you can't really see it. Let me see how I could do this. There, that's a little better. See the colors in it? You can't really see the aqua. That's what I wanted you to see the most. It's just a beautiful, it's brighter. It's a lot brighter. I don't know if you can, yeah, you can see it when it's close. See how bright that aqua, aqua watery color look, like you're in the Caribbean or something? It really shows up in the shawl in person. I'll take a photo of it so you guys can see just how beautiful it really is. But you can see the pattern. I'm trying to do a flowy in it. I'm using a 6mm yarn and it's flowing enough. I'm usually a very tight crocheter, so I had to go up a crochet hook size. So I learned when I was making the Oolong Tea Shawl by Red Teapot that how to do crochet up 4 for a triple crochet on the edges, which I think makes the top where I'm not going to put a edge on it because I feel like it's flowing pretty evenly. It doesn't look messy. Sometimes I put a edge on it because I don't like how the edges are growing, but with doing that triple crochet, it works. So it's going to be my stitch forever. And I started out with how the Oolong Tea Shawl starts, where you make your circle. You could do magic circle, but in this one you chain 4, and then you triple crochet, and then you double crochet 4 more to make 5. You crochet, chain 2, and then you double crochet 4, and then you do a chain up of 4. Wait a minute. Oh, you chain up. Okay, start over. Redo. You chain up 4 right here, and that counts as your triple crochet. You double crochet 4, and then you chain 2. That's your center, and then you double crochet 4, and then you triple crochet the last one, and then you chain up 4 to start the next row, and that counts, and so on and so forth. But then in between, that's just the beginning, and then where the rows start repeating is this row right here, where you triple crochet, double crochet into the same hole, and then crochet all the way. When you get to the middle, you chain 2 and then double crochet all the way, and then triple crochet at the end. But anyway, you start as you end. You chain up 4, but it counts as a triple crochet, and at the end you triple crochet. So your beginning and ends are the same length. And then on this one, the second, it's a 2-row repeat. The second one you do is you chain up 4, you double crochet twice in the same hole, so you have 3. Chain 1, skip 1, double crochet, chain 1, skip the stitch, double crochet, chain 1, skip the stitch, double crochet, until you get to the middle. Then you chain 2, and then you do the same thing going up the other side. If I get enough interest in it, I might do a tutorial. I don't like to promise because, life happens, and, I was, out of the channel for a while because I just couldn't handle it. My mind couldn't handle it. And so I don't want to promise too many things, because I had a lot of things on my plate thinking, I'm going to do this, and then I'm going to do that, and it's going to be great. And yeah. So if I get enough interest, I'll set up the camera and see what I can do. and try and do, if you like it. I mean, it's easy. It's a 2-row repeat. It does triple crochet on the edges, double crochet everywhere else. It's a really simple, it's just basically double crochet and triple crochet on the edges. And if you know how to chain, which most everybody does, so you could do this shawl. And it's flowy, It's pretty. It's similar to another shawl that I learned from somebody else, except for um, I think I may have took a picture of it. It's the sunset colored shawl, but the stitches and how you repeat and stuff are different. And in hers, every other row was these skip, uh, but she skipped two, I think, and then she had a solid. And I think the stitches may have been different stitches. I can't remember. They might have been half double crochets or something. I can't remember. But anyway, this one's mine. And I think it's turning out pretty good. I'm showing you guys the back, I think. I think it's turning out pretty good. And I just absolutely love the colors. If you look in the picture on my community tab, the colors show up pretty good in that one. And you can see. So, without further ado, let me find my crochet hook again. I'm using a 6. Oh, by the way, this is really cool. Now, this doesn't have one of those grippy things on it, but it's a 6, so it's a little bit thicker, so it doesn't bother me as bad. But I tend to like the ones with a grip on them, you know, a ergonomic handle, because I have rheumatoid arthritis, if you can't tell. And so it's harder for me. But this is, I don't know if you could even see it. Let's see. You can't. But it says Red Heart. It's a Red Heart crochet hook. I've never seen one before. I thought that was pretty cool. They had them, it was clearanced on whatever website I was on. I couldn't tell you right now. And they had a 6 and a 6.5. And this one's the 6. And it is pretty good. It's one of those hooks. I couldn't tell you which one that one is. I want to say inline, but I'm probably just totally wrong. But anyway, it's one of those hooks, and it works pretty well for me. I like it, and I just thought it was cool that it was Red Heart, and I'm using Red Heart yarn, you know. So anyway, a silly thing, but it's the small things that make me happy. It's good to have that issue if you're happy with small things, like you know, an extra 50 cents off of something or whatever makes you happy. Yarn makes me happy. So anyway, so I thought we'd do a little, I'm trying not to show you so much mess behind me. I need to clean that up. I didn't think about it before I started. And I also want you to be able to see the crochet, and I don't want to hurt my shoulder while I'm doing it. So anyway, and I am on the skip. I just make sure I don't mess this up. I'm on the chain 1, skip 1 step. So anyway, so what's been going on with me? We had my mom came to visit for Mother's Day. I think I talked about that in previous videos and shared pictures on my community tab of us out having a Mother's Day brunch. And so right after she left, the water heater broke. And I did not have a hot water heater from the Thursday after Mother's Day to June the 9th. And I had to heat up my water in a teapot to wash the dishes, to take a shower. We couldn't take a shower. You take a cold one. And I can't handle that with my rheumatoid arthritis. I can't handle sitting under full cold water. It would just hurt me, you know. So I had to heat up water and, you know, bathe, which is not anything new to me because I grew up on a farm where we had a shallow well and we had to prime the pump if we were going to use it. And my mom had to heat up the water and fill up the tub just enough where we could have a bath and for her to wash the dishes and stuff like that. And then you have to go shut the well off because it was a shallow well. The water trickled in, and if you used, which you could really easy after filling up the bathtub and, you know, everything, the water would be down too low and the pump couldn't suck anything more back up, so it would burn up. So you'd have to draw all your water and then turn it off. This was a really old farmhouse, and my dad I didn't have a bathroom in it to begin with. My dad had to put the bathroom in, and it was like a month or so before we got that. So there was an outhouse, and I had to run to go to the bathroom at night sometimes to the outhouse, and there were spiders. But anyway, I survived, obviously. But I'm no stranger to heating up water to use. So, I mean, that was not an issue. And, but my landlord couldn't get anybody. He had this one guy that he trusts to do his plumbing, and the guy was really nice, by the way. And he couldn't get him, the guy was all booked up until June the 9th. And to top that off, he had somebody pass away in his family. So, you know, it was a rough time for the plumber as well. So it's like, you can't be ungrateful. You got to be patient. I mean, somebody would have said, well, you pay rent and you know, you should expect prompt service, whatever. My landlords are really nice. They only raised our rent once in the 10 years that we lived here. This is the 10th year we're living in. And they're just really good people, and there was no, it wasn't going to make the plumbing happen any faster to complain. So I just heated up the water, and I was happy that I had a hot pot to heat up the water. I mean, there's places where people don't have water, so it's all about perspective. Before you get upset that your latte wasn't exactly the way that you wanted it, stop and think about, maybe that person had 1 million customers, or maybe they had a death in their family, or maybe they're barely making enough money and they've had a hard time with their boss and they're frustrated. You know, just think about what's happening on the other end before you get mad and say what you really are thinking at the tip of your tongue at the moment, because it really can make a difference to think about the other person. So, you know, it wasn't going to make it happen any faster. There was no reason to get upset. It would only stress me out. And trust me, I've had enough stress. So I just heated up the water and I waited. So we were without hot water for that whole time. But it did get fixed. And thank you for the people that, you know, inquired about me and stuff during that time. And so anyway, yeah, so that happened. And what else happened? We've done some flea market shopping, and when my mom's here, we went to different places to look at discount stuff, and that was fun. Let's see, what else is going on? Oh, my son got his passport in the mail for his trip to Japan. I talked about that in the previous video. I'm super proud of him. He's going to have a vacation, but he's going to scope the place out to be able to have a better understanding of where he's going and all that. I mean, he knows the language, and he talks to people from there and has conversations and is good enough to be understood. So that's where he's at in his learning of the language. And I'm going to have to step up my language game, because I know the alphabets. I'll call them the alphabets, but it's just like we have an alphabet. Well, they have two. Well, they have three. There's hiragana, katakana, and kanji. And the kanji being the hardest to learn. There's so many. I don't even know how many characters of kanji. And so I know hiragana and katakana, but I'm not, that's about it. I know a few words like, oyasumi means good night. And I think if you're saying it to somebody that's a stranger, which I don't know why you would do that, but you'd say oyasumi nasai, which is like a more proper way of saying it. Ohio is good morning. Konnichiwa, good afternoon. Konbanwa, good evening. I just know a few things, and there's an app on my phone, and I need to be using it and learn more because he's going to be living there, and I'm gonna have to get used to, I may have to talk to somebody on the phone to get a hold of my son. I got to be able to say, "Where's my son?" Uh, uh, stuff like that. And then what if he meets somebody and he marries them, and which, I mean, he's moving there, so what if I need to speak to them? So I may have a grandbabies that speak Japanese. So anyway, there's a very good reason for me to learn it. And there's an app on my phone that's really helpful. It's called Memrise, Memrise, and you could learn any language. It's a little fun learning app, and it's free unless you want to upgrade, which is what they want you to do. But the free part is enough to learn. My son did that, and he ordered a book called Genki, Genki 1. It's the first book in the series to learn, and Genki means good, I think. And but anyway, it's learning. It's basically the workbook to learn, or textbook to learn Japanese. A lot of introductions and good mornings, good evenings. Just the beginning of any conversation you'd have, like in America, when you learn it in school. So anyway, yeah, I really need to get on that. I really need to get shawls and hats made up. I am not any further on the hats or the temperature blanket. So yeah, this was supposed to be stress-free 2023, and it came in like a lion, roared on top of my head. But we lost Grandma, and not too long before that, we lost our cat. That didn't happen in 2023. It happened at the end of 2022, but it was still raw on my mind. And then, Grandma being sick and in the hospital, and then we lost her. And then all the health complications that I'm having. So, I'm doing my best. I mean, I'm doing really good now. Most of y'all that know me can tell that I'm in better spirits than what I was. And that's the reason why I didn't get on here, because you don't want to get on and just complain, and my aunt used to say, and it's true, you are not a trash can. You don't need to hear everybody's crap. They don't need to put their crap in your in you like a trash can. Excuse my language about saying crap, but all the complaining and all the negativity it could depress somebody to sit and listen to all that. And who would? I would turn it, but so I'm not trying to be about all that. I would like to talk about the positive things, but to talk about what's been going on with me, there is some level of explaining. But yeah, I was in a dark place, a very dark place. And I am so much better. I don't know if this is just a better phase. I mean, life. But I was hopeful to start out with, and then I just was like, I'm going to quit YouTube. I'm going to sell all my yarn, and I'm just going to give it up. I'm not going to do it anymore. And this crocheting and talking to you guys is good for me. I can't push myself. That's the difference. I had too much expectations. I'm still going to do finish the temperature blanket, which I am way behind, but I'm still going to do that. I'm still going to do the hats to give away 2023, and I'm going to get on there and see how many hats I need, because I said I was going to do 2 hats a week, I think. I'll have to get on the video and look, but 2 hats a week would be 8 hats a month. So I'm going to have to gather all my hats that I've made and then count how many I've made and how many I'm behind on. And I'm not going to say behind anymore. I'm just going to say how many I should be at, and work towards getting that caught up. But I don't want to say caught up either, because that just puts pressure on you to, you know, like you're always behind. And I can't get in that place anymore. So I'm going to do the best I can to make as many as I had for my goal to begin with. I mean, I might get in the groove and knock out 5 or 6 hats, in a day. And maybe I'll make more than what I had accomplished, but I'm not gonna. I was holding myself at too high of a standards, too high of what I could accomplish, given all the extenuating circumstances. And it was just depressing. I would just sit here and stare at all the yarn and the housework, and just in my head it would be a rolling circle. I just keep circuiting back. I'm not saying it right. I would look at the yarn, I need to get it organized. I would look at the house, I need to clean. And then, I would be really tired because of my health and all this stuff, and I would be like, I can't do it. And then I'd feel sorry for myself for like a few minutes, and then it would go back to, I gotta organize. I'm so far behind on my projects. That stuff just keeps rolling around in your head, and it does you no good. So, I just decided I'm just gonna do things a little bit as I can, and I started to get a little bit more of a routine, and getting up and taking care of my medicine and the animals, which when I say animals, I have a dog and a cat. And I don't want y'all to think I have a whole farm, although I would if I had the money. But anyway, it's getting my medicine, taking care of me, taking care of the animals before I could even, sit down and have my cup of coffee and think about what I wanted to do for the day. And I'm trying to incorporate fun things into that. Like, I don't know if you guys know this about me, but I really love Minecraft. Like, love the game. And yeah, a lot of people say it's a kid's game, but I know tons of adults who play it. It's just fun. I like to build things. I like to go out and collect the resources to build things, and you could build yourself a little. It's like to me, it's kind of like a mind palace. If you ever heard the Sherlock, the one from the UK, the show Sherlock, where he talks about being in his mind palace, and it's how he remembers things and stuff. Well, Minecraft is kind of like that. In there, I can build whatever I want. I have a beautiful area in my part of the world. 3 of us are on the same server. And in my little part, I've got a garden. I've got, I have bees. I keep bees. And I've got a bunch of different shops, because I am the one that I like to provide the ingredients, because in this world it's called survivor mode, and you have to collect this stuff while staying alive, because there are things that come after you. But you could turn that off if you have a young one and you don't really want him being chased by any of the things that come after you. You can turn it to peaceful mode, and all it is building and crafting the things that you need out of the stuff that you gather, the resources like wood and coal, and just all the resources that you need to make things. And so it's very educational for a young kid if you turn it on peaceful mode. And then if you want a little bit of more challenge, you turn on the not peaceful mode, and you have to fight the the combatants that come after you, you know, but it's fun. I just really love it. It's like a getaway in my head, you know, some place where I don't have to think about what needs to be done next, because I need that kind of mental space, you know, for a little bit every day. So yesterday was Minecraft day. I just played Minecraft all day, and I can do that now. My son is 25. My husband works until 3:30. I can sit there and play Minecraft. But trust me, back when I, you know, was the breadwinner and everything, I I worked, you know, 60 hours a week. I've put in plenty of time, trust me, of taking care of people. I was a caregiver. I don't know if I ever told you guys that. I took care of people with mental disabilities. It was like a group home, but it was more like a regular home where I worked, and I got really attached to. We call them the residents, the people who live there, because you could call them clients, but that makes it sound even, you know, not as nice. And I call them by their names, but I mean, if you talk about them, there's privacy issues. You can't talk about them by their name or anything like that, because you'd be giving away their personal information, you know. So anyway, so just for the sake of this conversation, we'll call them residents. But I got really attached, which you're not supposed to, but I did. I felt like they were part of my family. So it was really hard when the rheumatoid arthritis got so bad that I couldn't take care of myself, let alone take care of somebody else. Then I had to retire from that. And so anyway, for make a long story short, I've put in my fair share of long hours and long shifts and taking care of people. Now it's time that I have to take care of myself. And you know, I have help. I have my husband and my son. Well, for the rest of this year, I have my son. and I'm doing much better about being able to do things. There was things I just couldn't do, but I'm getting stronger. So that's good. I mean, and then I have new health concerns too, but I'm doing all the things that I need to help get that taken care of. Hopefully at my next blood check, they'll tell me my liver is better. I would like to hear those words. Sorry, the triple crochet at the end is a little bit more difficult, especially while I'm talking. I'm one of those people that can't chew gum and walk at the same time. And I think I just stretched that out, so I'm going to redo that. Oh, sorry. I will be back with you momentarily. Sometimes my stitches are too loose. I mean, I have a tight issue where I crochet everything tight, but when I'm trying to be loose, I'm like trying to train my mind, be loose, be loose, be loose, and sometimes I just over loose it when I'm really concentrating. Because normally my stitches are tight and even and uniform as they can be. And I'm not OCD in my life. Like, if you see my house, you would know I am not. But I am in some things, so I don't know what you would call that. Oh, sorry. Sometimes my vision gets blurry. But, yeah, I don't know what you call it. But in some things, I am as anal retentive, if you'll excuse the expression, as I can be. And my crochet stitching is one of those things. And I will tear it out, I tell you what, and start over again if it's not right. But I don't color control. I don't do that. But Like if the stitches aren't just right, I'll rip it out and I'll do it again. So in that way, I don't know what you would call that because I'm not really OCD. Maybe too controlling? I don't know. You guys tell me. But anyway, it's not really an issue because it's that. Although I wish that I was a little bit more with my housework. But like I said before, so me crocheting right now, I'll probably be out a couple of days where I can't uh, do anything. I'll be sore from doing this. And that's just the nature of, you know, what's going on with me. But so like if I do the dishes, I don't have a dishwasher. If I do the dishes, then I'm sitting in my wheelchair and my arms are, because I can't stand that whole time. I can stand for short periods of time and walk a little ways with my walker. Like I could walk to the car with my walker, but by the time I got there, I'd be so wore out. Going out would be like, you know, my energy would already be expended. So sometimes I do, it depends on, you know, the day or whatever. I can do small things. So like if I do the dishes, back to what I was talking about, I'll do that set of dishes and then there'll be a couple hours where I'm just plumb wore out. So as you can imagine, there's things that don't get done. So you know, I'm constantly having to catch up with that. So I wish that I could be like I used to be and be able to just tackle everything and get it all done and then just sit down in the evening and relax. But that's not the case. So I've learned to do a few things on my way, like to the bathroom. Before I do that, I might like wash out my coffee mug or pick up some papers that Kage tore up on the floor. He loves to tear up construction paper, grocery bags, the paper ones. He likes to shred. And I let him because he enjoys it. But then I have to pick up after him. So, you know, if I had like a snack wrapper or Kage has some paper on the floor, you know, I try to get that on my way to doing other things to make my trips make more sense. You know? And with my yarn, I have quite a bit of yarn and I know, problem, right? And I just got 3 more. If you see the previous video, it was bad. I'm bad kitty. But anyway, I need a shelf organizer, and I've been looking. I looked on Temu. There was these collapsible shelves that I thought would be really cool, but I would need like $80 worth of them to make it. You know. So, you know, money's an issue. See previous video. But I need an organizer for my yarn so I can put all my yarn up and have my yarn wall and have it in the videos. You know, my old chair that's falling apart, the pleather is cracking on it, and, you know, just, you know, the background here is okay. But I would like to have a nice background for my videos. And so I need a shelf. I would really like one with clear doors on the front of it. That's why those collapsible drawer things, shelf things, would be really good. But, and then I saw some storage drawers at Walmart that were clear, that were 4 in a stand, and then I would need 4 of those, and that would be around $80, same price as the Temu. Because those are clear and you can see the yarn through them, but they're drawers. Because I have this thing about dust and pet hair, which we don't have a ton of here, but and spiders, which we don't have a ton of because we spray. But, you know, just the thought drives me crazy. I am very, well, not super germophobic, but I'm definitely bugophobic. And I just, the thought of them getting in my yarn, money, that's money, you know. We paid quite a bit of money over the years for that, and I just don't want anything in it. That's why when I take my yarn, I get my yarn at the house, I get the Ziploc freezer bags or some version of them, and I put each yarn into one of those, and then I put it in the thing. So really, if I had doors on them, I don't really need to put them in the bags, but I don't know, it's my mind. So in that part of my life, I am very controlling. I'll admit it, I'm Patricia, and I have a control issue. But it's just over yarn and stuff like that. But anyway, so I didn't need a chain there. Okay, so yeah, and then if after I get those shelves, hopefully with doors, but if not with doors, that's fine. Then I can get a lot of this. I have bags here, there, yonder, over there, up there, everywhere, of yarn and totes, and I could get that would really clear up my space. That would declutter quite a bit. And so that's one of my goals, is to find some kind of, I've looked at furniture like china cabinets, you know, at like thrift stores and flea market stuff. You got to be careful because you don't want to bring home anybody's critters. But I've been looking around. I found a couple of things, but the prices just weren't, you know, right for me. And but I am looking. I thought about having my son build, because he's got saws and stuff for wood. I'm sorry, my brain is not putting words together. He has some equipment, and I thought about drawing what I wanted and having him, I'd get the wood and having him build a set of shelves that I could stain or paint, and you know, have that. Because I mean, having yarn wall, yes, is a want, not a need, but it would put me in a better frame of mind if I could get some of the stuff out of the bags, off the floor, or out of the totes and into an organized area. My mind would be free to think of, you know, stuff like patterns. I can't do patterns, but I mean, like, I'd like to make a pattern for this shawl. It'll either be the fairy shawl or the avatar shawl. Oh, by the way, I didn't really explain that much, but I did a little. There's forest ones, and then there's water people, and you gotta watch the video. I'm not good at explaining. It was beautiful, though. The beautiful colors and everything. And then they have to, in the end, they kind of work together. So I thought that was a good avatar, would be a good name for the shawl. But if it ends up being Fairy Forest, it'll be Fairy Forest, because I said y'all can name it, and I say what I mean. So, so whichever one, and then I could do a tutorial on it. But I would like for those people who like patterns, I would like to be able to write one. I might could get somebody to help me put it into the format that it, you know, that it's supposed to be, so I could hand out a pattern. But I'd be really proud to, which pride's not always a good thing, but in this case I think it's good. I'd really be proud to have had that accomplishment, you know. Sorry, I'm trying to get enough of this in there without blinding you guys with the light, but I want you to be able to see the crochet. But every time I get it close enough to me, it starts sliding on my armchair. I'm using my tablet. But anyway, so yeah, I'd like to be able to be freed up. I also want to put a table out where I could work at the table and film a tutorial, or just have all my stuff there where I can be more organized and do my videos better for you guys and for me. Because if you're more organized, your mind is freer to think about other things. You don't have that worry. I have a billion worries in my head. I think I need to go on anxiety medication. I'm trying not to do any more medication because I take so many pills a day and in a week and a month and a year. I mean, I couldn't even count to you. It all adds up after a while. And so I'm hesitant to add another medication, but I do have a huge anxiety issue. And just small things, I just worry myself to death about them, and I need to stop that. So I have a short lifespan if I don't. I got caught up. Oh, by the way, this yarn is a great yarn. It is a medium soft, but it's nice on the face. Soft enough, and it'll only soften up more, as we know, if you wash it with fabric softener, it just gets softer. But and a good price. I paid $3.49 for this. It was a little bit on sale at Joann's, but Red Heart Super Saver. But what was my point? Oh, I had a point. Gosh, I'll be watching this video back and be like, you said this. But I was talking about anxiety and how I was worrying about the smallest things. I'll be watching the video later and I'll figure it out. But anyway, yeah, just little things send me reeling, and they're just small things. Well, my son's like, Mom, it's not a big deal. Calm down. I'm like, no, but you don't understand. So yeah, I think I need to be on some anxiety medicine, but I'm trying some different teas and stuff, the calm teas or whatever. I try to do everything herbal that I can because I take so many pills. I don't want to add to on top of having to lose weight because I have non-alcoholic fatty liver disease. And so my doctor said I have to, which I need to lose weight anyway, but it's harder when you're diabetic and you have rheumatoid arthritis to lose weight. It's like near impossible, but I am slowly but surely going down. Let's see, I started out at 246. I'm telling you personal things. I started out at 246, and this morning I was 233. So I've lost some weight. But it's very, very slow going. And some of those medications you go on for anxiety and stuff like that make you gain weight. So that's another thing that I won't do it if that's the case. So there's a lot to consider. But I'm a very anxious person all the time, anxious. And which served me very well when I worked, because I was like at work, I was hyper organized and vigilant, and somebody they want to work for them because they just overwork while they're at work. But yeah, I used to take care of people until I couldn't anymore. That caused me a lot of anxiety because I enjoyed taking care of people. Then I went from taking care of people to having to rely on people to take care of me for a little while, more so than now. I mean, I need help with things like I can't take out the garbage or change the litter box, or I can go and help with the laundry, but I can't carry baskets or anything like that. So, I do need help, but I'm doing a lot better. So, I mean, there's the silver lining in that. And I'm not complaining like my great aunt would say. I'm explaining, just explaining why things are the way they are. So back to my original point, if I get uh, my shelving unit where I can get everything more organized, for one, my videos will look better, and I'll just have more room in my head to have creative thought, which I used to be so original and creative, but when you just have to exist because you just don't know what else to do, and you're just overfilled with worry and stuff like that, then you know you can't get stuff done. And so I am starting to get more stuff done, so that's good. And I'm having a better attitude at life. I'm happy to be alive, as I've said in previous videos, which is a good thing. That should be something we strive for. I mean, what's the sense of just existing? If you get everything done and all you're doing is existing, you got to have a little fun. I mean, crocheting is fun for me. Going out and getting a special coffee is fun for me. Spending time with my son, because that game I was telling you about, we play that together once a week with our friend from Japan, and that's fun. You got to have some fun. You can't. I mean, and there are people that have to hold down 2 jobs and do work all the time, and I feel bad for the people that have to do that, because I can understand it's very stressful. I've done it, and that part of my life is over. Not to say that I don't still have worries and things to take care of, but it's very, very stressful. You got to allow for some downtime. For me, that's crocheting or playing Minecraft, watching something with my son, because I'm trying to spend as much time as I can with him before he leaves to Japan, and then I'm gonna have to get my passport, and because I've never had one, typical American, and so in case he needs me, or there's an emergency, or in the future if he has a family, I'm going to need to be able to travel there. So I'm going to have to work on getting my passport, and getting, learning the language so I can travel. I mean, if you're going to go to somebody else's country, you should at least try and learn the language so that you can, work your way around. I'm like, I need to be able to tell somebody, where is the American embassy? Or just as simple as, where's the bathroom? You need to be able to communicate, so that's just smart. So I need to get more organized about that. I am very, very behind of where I could have been if I had just been, spending time doing that every day. So yesterday I played Minecraft. I allowed myself to be comfortable in the fact that I wasn't getting anything else done but playing Minecraft. I gave myself a down day. And today I forgot to order the groceries. I'm going to have to do that tonight so I can get them delivered tomorrow. But we have free delivery if you pay a fee for a year, which is $69 for the whole year. You never have to worry. See, my husband, if we go grocery shopping, he has to take me in and bring me out and ride around with me while my brain is squirreling because I have trouble focusing, So I'm like, oh, I need that. Oh, I need that. Other side of the store, a squirrel running around in the store. Or I see things that are marked down and I'm like, oh, we could use that. And then I overspend. So I use the app. It helps me to budget because I can compare prices. And then And I may miss some of the markdown deals because I don't go into the store, but I think in the grand scheme of things, it saves us money. Or we don't spend gas. My husband doesn't have to spend part of his day going to pick up, because there's also where you could just go and pick up the groceries, which is free. But it saves him the hassle of having that worry, because he has a lot of worries. He goes to work and he worries about my health, and he takes care of the animals around here, and takes the dog for a walk or whatever, changes the litter box for me. He's got a lot of stress on his shoulders, so I can order the groceries, pick out what I want online. I'm basically shopping, and then I can compare prices. And if at the end it's a little bit too much over budget in the cart, I can go through the cart and say, okay, well, I don't really need 2 of these. Sometimes I order more just so we could have it in stock. But if it's like that kind of week where we just don't have the extra money, I can say, okay, well, this bill is too high, so I can take off one of those, and then schedule a time for it to be. Oh, and there's digital coupons. I can add those, save more money, and then schedule a time for them to deliver it to the house. And so my husband doesn't have to do anything more than just pick it up off the porch and bring it in the house, so it saves a lot of stress on him having to travel, take me. And then, so when we go out, we can go out and just have a coffee, or go to the Goodwill, or I don't go to the Goodwill very much, but like go to a thrift shop or something and look around, things my husband likes to do. So there's less stress. And I do miss going to the grocery store, don't get me wrong, but I think it's a fair trade-off. And for $69 a year, you're going to pay over that in gas probably to go to the grocery. And, and then that it's reducing your carbon footprint because there's only one truck, because they take the deliveries and there'll be like 3 or 4 of us in this area. I've seen the truck around. And so they're bringing 3 or 4 of our groceries, so that saves that many car trips. So it's better for the environment. I didn't say it's good for the environment. It's better for the environment, and better for us. Less stress on my husband. It's it is a little bit of a stress to take care of a loved one who has medical disabilities. So I try. So, it's just a lot on my mind. So I don't know why I got off on that tangent, but I do need to get some kind of anxiety help. So like I said before, I'm trying some teas, some calming teas, and anything natural that I can. And, like I said, I scheduled myself a day to play Minecraft. Well, I didn't really schedule it. I just decided that was going to be the day I played Minecraft. I wasn't going to feel guilty about it. I was going to relax and enjoy Minecraft. And that's what I did yesterday. And then today, 2 hours later, today, I said I needed to do videos for YouTube. And I did the first video, and I still have to, put the descriptions and tag people in it and all that kind of stuff, so I can put the video up on YouTube. And you'll see this one a day after that one, because I want to spread them out so that people can see them. But so actually I'm recording this the day before you see it. So if today is Thursday, you'll see the one I recorded today before this one this evening. Some of you might miss it because it'll be too late and you'll be in bed, but most of you will be seeing this on Thursday, and then you'll see this, or you'll be seeing the other one on Thursday. You'll be seeing this one on Friday. So happy Friday. Oh no, today is Friday. What is today? Yeah. Today's Thursday. let me look at my phone. You guys are probably thinking I'm some kind of a... So today is Friday. Okay. Sorry. Most of y'all will see the one I recorded today on Friday. Tomorrow, Saturday, you'll be seeing this one. So happy Saturday. Okay. I don't know how some of my friends, they do videos every day. I don't know how they keep up with it. My brain is not, it's very squirrel today. Very squirrel. So, yeah. Anyway, so today I was concentrating on, doing, sorry, out of shot again, on doing, YouTube videos. So that's what I'm doing today. So I'm not going to get on the video game or worry about the yarn getting put on the shelves, or this is what I'm concentrating on. I have to give myself, other than just the normal everyday things like taking my medicine, checking my blood sugar, taking care of the dog and cat, cooking dinner, those I'll still keep up with. The normal stuff you have to do. But I'm getting quite a bit crocheted while I'm talking to you guys. I should have I don't really use stitch markers, but I should have put one on before I started so you would know. I think I started with you on this row, so I think I'm 1.5 rows in. So I talk too much. Tell me down in the description below, if you feel like it, what you're working on, what your project was while you were watching, because I'm interested. I'm trying to be more minded of my friends, and caring about what's going on in their little world. I've been so preoccupied what's going on in mine. Other people are going through things too, and I want to be supportive. So let me know what project you're working on while you watch this, and I try to comment on, I can't promise I comment on everybody's if there's a ton, but I try to comment on everybody who comments on my channel. I know that eventually I won't have that luxury because hopefully there'll be too many. But until that is the problem, I mean, what a problem to have. But I will try to answer everybody's comments. I try my hardest. I've lost a few people because of not being on as much, and maybe YouTube is not recommending me because I haven't been on as much like I was before. Because I had a kind of a meteoric rise to 462, I think I'm at now. Really fast. It happened really fast. And then everything happened to me, and I quit filming as much, and so my subscribers went down a little bit. Not a ton. I think it was at 465 whenever I started having issues. And and now it's just kind of staying put. So I gotta change that. So that means creating more content, putting a little bit more work into what I really do want to do. I have decided for a while there, it was a little touchy, and it maybe again, I don't know. Life happens. But I'm trying. That's all you can do is just keep swimming, just like Nemo. Just keep swimming. Keep breathing. Remember to breathe. That's the important. It's important. Need that oxygen, which is kind of hard here lately because we've been having the smoke fires from Canada, God bless those people. That fire's been going on forever. You would think it would be out by now, but we're still experiencing smoke here, hazy, which, I mean, I'm not complaining. Imagine what they're going through. I mean, it's in their country, so it's horrible. But the air quality has been unhealthy. That's the, instead of saying that there's a air quality alert of low whatever, no, it's unhealthy for everybody. That's what they said. Not even just people who have asthma or whatever. There was it was yesterday or the day before, they said unhealthy for everybody. So I'm like, okay, so don't go outside. But I have to walk the dog, and I do have a little bit of a sore throat. I don't know if it's from that or not, but yeah, it's not been good. So I'll be very happy for them, and especially happy for me when it's over, because the family would like to get out and enjoy a little bit of the summer. I don't go out too much in the summer because of heat, but I do like to occasionally leave the house. I'm like a hermit. But anyway, so I'm going to see if I can finish this row, because we are at 1 hour, and I can't keep it very much longer, but I'll get this row finished. You guys will quit watching, or you may have already. You may not be here. If you got to watch it in chunks, watch it in chunks. If you want to support my channel, it's very free to hit the like button or to subscribe, and I'll be very appreciative and enjoy. That'd be the best present in the world to me. It's not a requirement, just a suggestion. If you want to spread a little joy today, that would be very joyful for me. Like I said, I'm not going to sweat it if I don't get all the requirements to be monetized or whatever, but just getting to 500 would be a goal that would make me happy that I reached that goal. So I'm not going to stress myself out and worry about it, but if you want to do something to help that along, then I would be grateful. And if you want to help with the watch hours, which would also be a very awesome present, most people have a cleaning schedule, or they sit and craft and just want something to put on. I put on my friends and watch their channels when I crochet, or I'm just lonely because sometimes my son still has college work he's doing, and my husband works during the day, and I might just be a little lonely, so I'll put on one of the videos of y'all's channels and watch it. So my point is, if you're going to be doing the laundry or whatever, craft or crochet, and you want to put something on, just put me on and go about your dusting or whatever. Listen to me like a podcast and help the hours grow my hours. That would be awesome. And it's not a requirement, but if you want to spread a little joy, I'm not going to stop you. And then, if the channel gets a little bigger, where I can afford to do more things, there'll be more giveaways, tutorials, more things. For now, I'm just going to concentrate on getting through life and things that I need to get accomplished, and working on my craft. I'm almost finished with this. Okay, and I'm going to go ahead and chain my 4 so I can leave off there. But so I got 2 rows put on. I mean, as it gets longer, that's the back side. Sorry, I keep forgetting you guys are seeing the back side. As it gets longer, it takes longer, but I'm getting there. I mean, it's pretty big so far. Nice. If you want to see the colors better, look at the in my community tab. There's a picture of it with the which name do you like better. You can vote for the name on the shawl, and you can see the colors a little bit better with the picture. But they're beautiful. I hope Avatar wins, but if it doesn't win, I will stick to my word and call it the fairy shawl, fairy forest shawl. Okay, well, thank you guys for tuning in, and as always, if you can't share your craft with the next generation, or do a puzzle with somebody that's shut in, or send them a postcard. When my grandma, her very last years, I was sending her postcards with pretty pictures and just like a letter, and she'd write me a letter back. I have one of the letters in my Bible. Little things like that. If you go get you a morning coffee, and you know the neighbor likes it, you know, an elderly neighbor that can't get out, or somebody who's disabled and shut in, take them your extra books that you've read, and you're not going to read them again, you know. If you can't do any of that, though, I know people are busy, and you know, this world is crazy, so you have to be careful who you interact with. If you can't do anything else, just as you're walking past somebody, remember to give them your best smile. Show them that you care with a free smile. It doesn't cost you anything, and it could mean the world to somebody else. Just somebody giving them some care, some love, some attention by just smiling at them. You never know how much that could affect that person. It's an awesome thing, and it doesn't cost you anything. So spread a little joy, be a little joy bomb in your corner of the world, and I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye.